This is Let's Play Train Fever, part 12. And I'm just going to give you a quick recap. I've got 1,659 hours up in this game. I'm not saying I know it all, but I think I've learned a few things. Essentially, when you're playing this, you are either the Prime Minister or President of a nation, and our nation in this particular, this is our map. You're the Finance Minister, you're the entire government, so you don't want it to go broke. You want your citizens to develop, you want your towns to grow, and that's the key, get your towns to grow. That way you look after, oh, we're popping off the side of the screen here, sorry. This map has got so many things running on at the moment. That could be why it's a little bit boggy, and I tried to find a video driver update today, and I don't appear to have one that's available. Getting back to what I was saying, yes, this is your nation. You are responsible for every person in this, so don't go wasting your money. I thought I had more money than that, actually. Yeah, you're basically trying, and just going to take you to this. Just move this over to the middle of the screen so you get a bit of an explanation. We want these figures. Okay, we've had in the last few years we've been averaging what is that? That's 9, 7, 10. Okay, we're averaging about $8.5 million income. As you see, it ticks over the start of each year. It'll drop into a negative because it does all the it seems to do all the running costs at that point. Well, it's not at the start of the year, but you find January through to about March, it does all, you get all your negative figures come up. The game is not rocket science. It's just it involves a little bit of thought. In as much as that, as I was saying, you are now the President, the Prime Minister, whatever you have in your particular country. Well, we have a Prime Minister. I've covered the map. Looks like I've done it in a diagonal with my main trunk line. So I got that town covered. Looks like I need to do a bit more on Oklahoma, don't I? So you're either President, Prime Minister, Finance Minister, Health Minister, Transport Minister, you name it, you it. We go back this way. We're off the edge of the map here, so we've got that town working. A couple over here. We've still got a few towns to bring into our rail link. That is why I tend not to charge and do things like electrification. I want to make the whole map to prosper. It's about having prosperity in your map. Okay, this one's already, this year, 1939's already climbing to 3.5 million, but you'll find those figures. If you hover your cursor over them, you'll actually get a reading right down to the dollar. As you can see, it's hovering, back and forth, up and down, just by a few dollars. Yeah, but that is the crux of the game. Early on, I played some of the tutorials that they gave you how to build a rail line and how to build a bus line. I learned how to go broke pretty quick. But then I thought I'd apply some simple logic to this. You use some financial management principles. Okay, have I got cargo on? No, I probably haven't. We'll just have a look around to see. I'm not going to spend too long on this particular video. We might only hook up a couple of lines and I'll pop in and out with my commentary. Now, let's get getting to, yes, electrification would be a great idea. Because trains move relatively quick with electrification, but you can make, I mean, let's just go to this. I asked it to do an upgrade on this particular railway, train-wise, but as you can see, I just per vehicle, what we got, 1, 2, 3, 4 trains on it. That line upgrade's going to cost, roughly that's $2 million, $8 million. And when you got, just say I've got 320 million, that's going to drop down. If all those upgrades at the same time, I'm going to be back down to 310 million. 10 million is the maximum. If you're starting out, it's the maximum you can ever borrow. So take your time, build this up. That is your crucial figure. And I would say try and aim for getting it up around the 500 million before you sort of go crazy. I didn't put a bus line in there. Oh, we have got people walking to the bus station. I started to, then I got sidetracked and I did this. We've got coal going along the road here. You may remember in the previous episode, I actually had these two back to front. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that was the refinery and that one was the oil well. It's not. You may notice, see, I've got that train sitting there and it's waiting, right? It's got 6:36. Sometimes it just pays to tell it to go back and forth for a while. Because for some reason, our invisible people walk past the station to drop it off. I think they're saving $1. They may well be saving $1, but they're not helping our cause. Our cause is to make this grow. We'll just watch it, just because we'll speed them up. Let's see how much oil value it drops off here. Okay, 25.9k. That's not a lot of money. But how many dollars worth are going down the tube here? Down the road being walked in. Okay, here's our goods train that's picking up the goods here. Now have I got it sitting on, it's just picked up 2. You see that it's being walked as well, and that's a little bit frustrating. Sometimes you've got to turn these off and let them run on their own. Okay, that one's going a little bit too quick back and forth. It didn't even pick up any oil that time. They just haven't got the idea of what we're trying to do. Okay, we'll make it stop this time. I have found on numerous occasions that I've got to turn, there we got one going in there, numerous occasions that I have to turn this off and on. Okay, now they're starting to. That's what I was saying about priming a line. Okay, it's picked up 4. Right, okay, that's our good strain, and that's where he goes to. He drops his goods off there. Okay. Some of these, that's the crocodile, and believe me, I'll show you shortly. If you're not making good money, you don't make any money with that. You go backwards the river. I got up to, I think I was up to 400 million one time, and I threw a bunch of these on. And I went backwards. I had 0 before too long. The cost of running it, then running the actual loco, the rolling stock that goes behind it, and the electrification costs get pretty expensive. That's why, I'm conservative when I'm playing the game, and I'd suggest if you want to succeed at this, be conservative. Don't be in a rush. You know what we could do? What you could do here, if you want to pick up some extra cash, which is what it's about, we'll just put a small depot in there and another one here where we can drop. We want to drop it off in our blue area preferably. Okay, we'll put another one over here. I don't have a road depot at this town anywhere at this stage. No. I don't have a bus line. Okay, well just before I will show you this, what I'm doing here. 14.9. No, we don't want that. We need to create a route for this to go back and forwards on. Okay, these trains are starting to convert over. Fortunately, I'm making good enough money to cover those. We'll actually have to have a look at that in a minute. And this becomes, what goods line are we up to? Now it's up to doing an update on buses too. Goods line 14, so this will be goods 15, right? I'd probably come across as very boring and laborious with it, but I'm trying to show you, because once you've done all your achievements in the easy mode, the idea is you want to step up to the medium and the hard, and believe me, hard is really difficult. You've got really high interest rates and you only start off with a couple of $1 million. You don't have a lot to play with. They'll probably get away with this here with only maybe 2 trucks. What we'll do is just pick 2 of those. We'll set all to what is that? Goods line, what line? Goods line 15, and that will bring that, rather than that walking in from here. I guess the first of those. This is gonna. The sooner these other ones change over, because we could get a bit of a bottleneck. Now, once this has gone back and forth, I'm not sure what goes on with this. It's already been told to replace them. Not as if I haven't got enough money. So I just don't comprehend. Well, I had theories. Wish I'd been up here then to see how much that just dropped off. See, some of this, they're walking some of these goods in. That's annoying. This is one of those new trains I just set up. Okay, it goes a little bit quicker. Oh yeah, okay, what have we got? Oh, this is the big boy, which is set up for, well, I haven't seen what running costs are yet. That's going to be part of the USA DLCs. Now this train that you're watching there it's got the capacity of 90 passengers. Okay, it drops half of them off. Let's see what it picks up. This is a very small town at this stage, so I don't have high expectations on it picking up too many at the minute. It's starting to grow. But I know my method of growing a town looks odd, but it works. Just to have a look here. The town we've been watching is Clyde, right? It's up to 535. That was our biggest town to start, Clyde, and this was about 4th or 5th. It is now the second biggest. I think the figures are 500 odd is a metropolis. No, a city. There are a couple of versions of this. I mean, you got cities and metropolises. Boy, that looks like a British rail, doesn't it? It's the offline Scotsman was actually very similar looking to that. Boy, she gets along pretty quick. Now I did say we were going to have a look at the big boy. Where's that main depot, the original depot that I put in? And if it's not super expensive to run, we may look at putting Big Boy in on... Oh, this is where it gets a bit confusing, isn't it? On one of the other lines. Okay, I know where there's another depot we can go and look at. Oh, there's that other one. Whoa! Now that's an expensive sucker, and you want to, if you're going to use it, you're going to need to put it on a line that's making really good money. It's 1.2 million to buy. This is going to be more apparent when you get up into electric engines. Like I have used a couple of the $8 million electric ones. It's not out yet. Its top speed is 140 kilometres an hour. It's going to cost you $720 per year per train, just for that one. Okay. Let's get the pen out. 720. So what are you going to hang on the back of a rolling stock? You want to... At the minute we don't have a lot of choices. Those are 45, right? So two of them would be 90,000 a year. 720, 90 is... You're looking at over $800,000 a year to run that with two garages. This will be interesting. How's this compared to running for you? This is it's about the similar cost to running this one. Now I'm not going to be a little bit surprised if passenger line 1 goes backwards for a little bit, as all this starts to... It's still making money because it had made a lot of money, and it still hasn't changed these two over. But now you got a bit, like you wouldn't go dumping anything like that on this line here. This line is struggling to make $1. So you want figures like these. Well, that one there's doing alright. Second passenger line. So second passenger line is a branch line out of this terminus up here, right? Now let's get rid of that a minute. Now where's Clyde? Hang on. Anybody seen Clyde? I've lost them. Okay, here's Clyde. Turn those off. Line 2 is that line that runs out there. Let's have a look here. Doesn't warrant upgrading to that style of train. I can hear somebody going, yes, 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 yes. And I'm saying, I don't know. I'm gonna look at this over here. I would like to try it, but realistically, I have to think of this figure here. And these two are swapped around. Now, sometimes just by the fact that I've got a bigger train on there, it may pick up more passengers, increase the patronage on that. Yeah, we'll try the big boy on here. I'm doing this because if I got people in the US watching these videos, I'll show you that, yeah, I'm quite happy to put your trains on. Actually, I love some of the American trains. Probably going to look a bit stupid with these carriages on it. I need to get rid of that. Now, that would look real crazy. You'd be towing the Iron Horse around. I'm not sure whether you can actually upgrade with two locos. I know there are dummy locos, and they're just a pain in the neck in the mods. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're carrying 18 per. Okay, that's still under $2 million. I don't really want to go over that. So we click yes. I'm going to let Big Boy do his thing out that way, out to the passenger line 2. I'm going to wander off, not wander off, but I'm going to go out of it for a minute while I do some checking of other bits and pieces, and I'll be back. I'm not wasting your time. Just for a minute, these are my little oil trucks coming in here servicing this refinery. You got the cost of the trucks cost and the running value of them. They actually do they could be supporting a lot of that money going up. They look a bit silly doing that speed. Now here we got a goods truck coming in. There's more goods arriving. It's picking up goods. Picked up 8 goods. Now, the temptation is to tell it to stay there until it's full. But it gets in the way of the other trucks doing a delivery, so I don't recommend it. This is going to be a very short. We'll follow this one and then I'll break out again. It should drop of about $21,000 worth of, well, only 14, so it wasn't quite full. Are we doing full pickups there? No, we're not doing full. Now we'll do full. It should increase. Now it made backlog wherever they're going to. So let's see what this one drops off. It did 13k. Now they are coming from up here. There's oil waiting on the dock, and we have told it to full load, so it'll hold up. What you may find is that they do backlog a little bit on you. Yeah, they are going to backlog because they're not catching. The refinery isn't producing quite as fast, but I'm going to let you go at this minute. I'm calling this one the Monty Express. Yeah, that's a train and a half. Yeah, that train and 3/4. Click on that. I possibly could have put an extra. Well, I don't know whether the line justifies. There'll be a couple of those on there by the time they all do their changeover. She's some mean looking train, isn't it? I tell you what, I don't know if you ever watched the kids program, Thomas the Tank Engine. There is a version, there is a loco for that, but I don't know that Thomas goes particularly quick. He's more inclined to probably stop along the way and have a yarn to one of the other trains. Now let's put them in real time for a minute, so we can have a look at them. I'd like to fix that up, that bit of road sometime. Yeah, I just wanted to break in and quickly show you that it has done the automatic changeover update. I really want to say a big thank you to all those people that go out there and do the modelling. I haven't a clue. I mean, I have some understanding of the modelling, but we have a fellow that does some modelling for us, videos and stuff. You know, if we have to do any animation in the video. He has shown me some of it, but I've got to admit it's way up here somewhere. And I mean, the guy's a real nerd. Nice fella, but a nerd. Oh, while I'm talking about that, I'm just going to let you know that Windows 10 is now out for developers. So if you do any software developing, like the Sun does, Windows 10 is available. Actually, it looks, they've gone away from the Windows 8 look, which made your computer look like a telephone. Gone to the back to a more conventional Windows look with a start bar down the bottom here. And apparently there's a lot of stuff that's in, like my son has got it, and he pulled in some of his old games which he hadn't been able to play since the days of Windows 98, I think he said, back to XP, and it's playing them fine. I don't know if he's got any old Windows 98 games. No, I mean he could have. Anyway, that was just in the by and by, but now we've seen the Monty Express and it's running really well. Okay, I'm back from it. As you know, I was a bit slack at times. I just want to check signal for doing this. Not putting good stations in. No problem. We get roughly how big your good station's going to be. Plonk a set of signals or a marker at either end where you think your station is going to be. Not supposed to go that far. Actually, I'm just wondering if the signals have to be both. I've done this before and had success on it. Signal's going to the other side of the line here. I want to bring it to this side. You basically got to set a marker. I have done this in the past, and that one's going to plonk there, alright? Just double check, and I have done it. Just yeah, see that? It is now just going to take out that section of line. I don't want to take all that out. That should be enough. If I have to, I can take that set. It seems to work better with these sets of points, with the old style rather than the new ones. What we'll do is we'll just, I can blow that bit there out. Sort of a bit silly, but I didn't allow for dual route. This actually goes down to a goods line that one I've just created and one that I did offline a couple of days ago. Let's just see how our stations will fit in here. Our station is not particularly happy, and this is gonna, might have to put it in backwards. Not a big issue. It is if you, let's just get rid of that a minute. I need to take a bit more line out of here. And I'm going to get a warning come up probably in a minute, telling me that I'm not connected to a road, but I'll show you how to get around that problem. Oop, wrong key. May end up with a bit of a zigzag here somehow. I could go back the other way and drag a road onto it. I'm not going to get a perfect alignment by the look of it, but we will work around that. We'll plonk that there. We'll delete a bit more off this line. Now, does railway do the same sorts of things as no, railway works better. Okay, well, I can put a jewel right to here. There's this another one of those things that I found. Have a look, see how the rail, that line actually sort of turns in. I'll blow that bit off. Now, so when you do your line here, these two will actually tighten, connect. So what we'll do is draw this in. And that doesn't, oh, because of terrain. Now what I can do here is not go so far with it, right? Let it stop there. Now I shouldn't have a terrain issue. Okay, I've still got a terrain issue. It's good, I mean, yeah, somebody's probably thinking, oh, he doesn't know what he's done. No, but I want you to see that even I make mistakes. You might just sort of get a little bit ruthless. This is what it pays to have money in the bank before you start doing stuff. Because you learn by doing this sort of thing. You don't learn it when you've only got $1 million in there and, you know, $10 million debt where you can't, you know, get yourself out of a mess. Okay, we've still got the terrain issue here. I'm just going to get rid of that rubbish. Where is that terrain from? So where does it start? Sometimes you can actually see it. It could be that little line, that bit of ground there. I might have to flatten it off. Oh no, it's fine to there. It's still saying about terrain issue. Now, this is something I learnt from Monty. He was having a problem like this one day. He went the opposite direction. Monty, I need your help. Trouble he's not here. We might smooth that out. See if we can resolve the problem. I have found this sometimes can be a little bit of an issue. How far back if I blow that? That'll blow back as far as that station. Which means that I can just put one or two lines in here. So you're left with those little berms. First of all, we will try it like this. I know I'm wasting your time. Okay, I haven't totally wasted your time. We now have 2 tracks going to that from there. Now there's going to be a tight squeeze to get our Because if it only ever gets used for, if, like, you want to use that just principally as a return for a goods line. They must have a fairly short life expectancy, some of these trucks. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do that. We already picked what you were. Clicked on the wrong button. That wasn't its fault, it was my fault. Sometimes you can ignore that to a degree, but okay, I've got too much line here. Where can I blow back to? All the way to there. We're still having terrain issues. What do I do? That is bit 0. Again, if you are starting out on a map, be cautious doing that, because every time you blow something like that up, it costs you a lot of money. Or I probably shouldn't use the word blow up. It's actually the correct term is to bulldoze it. I'll just hold this over there. You see that costs, and if you are down to where you're down to your last couple of $1 million, that eats through real quick, so be cautious. Learn to play the game with best when you've got, you know, $20 or $30 million in. I didn't want that sort of signal. I'll go for that one there. Yeah, that's the best way. But how you get to being where you've got 20, 30 million, you play very conservatively to start with. You don't do it by charging in and going all gung-ho. I think that I can afford to have that because it will be a coal pickup eventually to a steel mill somewhere. At this stage I haven't used it. There must be a steel mill there. Oh, there's a steel mill there. Anyway, I haven't got a steel mill hooked in. I've got one hooked in by rail. It would possibly work. I'd have to have a look. Now I did have a goods line hooked in here. I think I've only got one goods train as per se. And that would run from there to there, drop off what it can. And then I want it to go to here so that when I build my big goods system in later. Oh, there's that's 2 there. Okay, there we go. We've got rid of those. So we bring it into Clyde, right? We'll remove that one. I want it to come in on here, right? I don't know why I have some on here
Oh
too.
yeah.
That's actually going to come in on that line. You know, I actually could send it in a loop back down that other track because that does link there. Hey, these are cool buses. I'll show you them, and I'll break out of this once we've got this figured out. All right. So that train's going to go. Well, for some reason, it thinks it's got the right to go back that way. It can do it. I would be going in a big loop. In which case, I'd need to change this station here because that's on my oil loop. I'll show you that. That was a little bit of lack of foresight on my part. I hadn't sort of planned it very well. Okay. Another lesson on waypoints. This is always a tricky decision. Do I want to go all the way over here with dual line? Actually, it's not silly to do this. With this I don't have trains sitting and waiting at passing bays. Come on, mouse. When you're pulling these, just pull them in tight and they should stick. You can see how the thing's flipping all over the joint. Being a little bit. How far back do I got to go to fix that? Okay, it's sort of hooking there, right? I'm going to turn that off so I can sort of see the line a bit clearer. Okay, let's just make sure that those, remembering what I said about you want them to bind together. Generally they will click back on each other. I don't know why it wasn't then. Now they're trying to merge. See that, how they move? They'll lock. Now, if you've been playing the game for any period of time, you'll know that. But like I say, I'm really trying to help those people who are learn the game now. In theory, let's just turn that back on again. See, in theory I don't have to worry about connecting this off. Why is it stopping there? It's that train is intended to go from here via the other route. Which train? Let's see if we can just think I know why it's doing that. I did want it to drop goods just here straight after it took off. I wanted here to be its first stop. Going to do that, it can't go on that line. It's got to. Again, we've got to remember our signals. We want all our trains to travel. I thought I drew these in here. You know what the problem is? It doesn't matter which is coming in on there. No, that's fine. That there is okay. The train technically, the reason why I wanted to do this is that when I down the track I intend doing some more. Like here, I want to put in a good station. So okay, I'm going to let it go. I'll let you go, and I'll come back. Okay, I can build. Remember what I was saying in that previous video about using the claim method, right? Which I've effectively well, it's similar. I actually claimed the locos, then I added these to second train.
Oh yeah.
Now I can set that top one to the no. That is irritating. Why does that always happen? 2, 3. That's probably too many. Particularly if I'm going to hold the train at the station to fill. You can't actually hold them up too long. It actually cost you a lot of money. Now that one's line, oil train. Now what is, I think it's 6. This is goods line, goods train. 1. All we're going to do is just follow it to make sure it goes off to the right places. And you don't need to. Okay, while I'm having trouble, I sent my trains, the oil train and the goods train on the wrong line. I didn't take note of it. We've just got a couple of new buses. I could have gone to that one to jump from the ABOG, and I skipped it because I'm looking at a 2-passenger variation. This one here only carries 10 as opposed to this one carrying 15. I want you to look at something here. This one cost me $120,000 to buy. The guy that actually did this mod, he hasn't worked out how to make the wheels turn and stuff like that like you do with this one. It depends whether you want your wheels spinning and steering working. Excuse me. This one's 36k a year to run. But if you want to see that figure up there, jump. When you get to, was it 1950s or 49, do your update to your buses with these. Seriously, you will see that figure just jump exponentially if these things take off. And he's got, I mean, in his mod pack, he's got several variations of it. Like I'm not bothered by the fact the wheels don't go round and round. I don't sit there and watch the wheels going round and round constantly. I can break out again. You don't want to sit me and watch me do that forever. I don't think I finished explaining that. I'm just going to go back onto it. 120k as opposed to 200k, right? And running costs of 5k a year. That is incredibly low. When this one's 36, it's 1/6 of the running cost. Those are the sort of figures you want to be getting your head around and working with. Running costs. Okay, I'm out of here. While I was just in here doing those buses, I just noticed something. I went from being $4 million a year to $500,000 a year. I may have to reduce the number of carriage, downsize the train. Mind you, it's probably updated all 4 of them by now, and it may just take a time for it to kick up. I'll keep an eye on that. I'm just, if you remember, at the other end of the other end of the map, we had the town of Otorohanga, which had no buses. I was just popping in some bus stops to try and actually activate this town a bit more. I'm not saying Monty is wrong, don't get me wrong. He tends to prefer, I think because he doesn't want to congest the intersections, to prefer to put his bus stops in from the... That's fine. Where I have a tendency, and I probably run the risk of bottlenecking my... Because the way I see it, mind you, I've got that many stops just here. I sort of see it as people walk from there. I really don't know how far they walk. Because you're always on this 20-minute cycle thing. Like I say, I don't know there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, as long as you're ticking over at the top there. And I did leave space for a depot there, but then I put a couple of stops in right beside it, in my madness. Where's the next one got to go? I want to go in both directions here. Yeah, that was all I wanted to break on with that. That's that little other town that's at the opposite end of the line, which I drew a whole lot of roads in. If you have a look at it, it is really starting to take off. But now that one there is a mod. It's a soccer field. There's nobody playing soccer. But that town, these roads here are drawn in by the map. I didn't put that there, pretty sure. This little town, I'll just have a look here to see if we can find it. Otaronga. Wait a minute. It's only 278 at this stage, but I think you'll find it will take off. Yeah, it's being used a lot more for leisure and everything's on the climb. Have a look at Mayfield. Whoa, population's taken off at Mayfield, and it's population's outgrowing. So residential's outgrowing everything else. So that means that people that are living in Mayfield must be travelling to and from other towns to do stuff. Manapuri's jumped up. Okay. Clyde, our little town that we've been trying to... Oh, that's on a nice slope exponentially, but let's see what happens to it in 1975. We're only at 1954 at the minute. I've got a couple of little things I've got to do offline, but I'll call this the end of this particular video. I'll do it. So when we come back on, we could have jumped forward a couple of years. I want to do them while it's running. Video 13 may have some jumps, and we may look at 13 at electrifying some of these railway. I've got a couple of new locos come out too. Just quickly show you that one there. I have used that quite a bit in the past. This one actually, not the other one. And when I use that rolling stock with it. And I don't know what you're supposed to do. Iron Horse theme park card. So somewhere in here I've got to create a theme park where the train just goes around in circles. I don't know. I don't think so. It could be. Yeah, but so when we come back, we'll look at in 13. We'll look at. I might skip 13 doing the electric. I have found this train here to be very profitable. The logo is only 360,000 a year. Carriage is 162. So that's the sort of thing I look for. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no point having all the stuff and then find that you are $10 million in debt when you can be well on your way to having $1 billion in the bank. Alright, this will be it for part 12. I couldn't think what I was up to then. Part 12. Got my little pen and paper there. So I'll let you go with this one. Okay, bye bye. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up, and if you don't like it, thumbs down. I don't have a problem with the thumbs down. But leave a comment. Okay, bye bye. Last word, Clyde has now become the biggest city, if you have a look. It's only by one, but hang on, just double check that. No, it didn't. It was right up there with the biggest. Anyway, that was all. Okay, this train's taken a little bit of time to get to where it was supposed to go because I hadn't set crossovers in properly. Always double check your crossovers and use your rail manager. And because I was sort of rushing to try and show you things, I messed up. I'm not blaming you people. It was my own stupid fault. And it's going to make a reasonable amount of money. Got 30 of 30 there with oil, and the well looks like it's going to be quite profitable. And hopefully before I come back on with the next video, part 13, we'll have tripped over to $500 million. Might have some other exciting things to show you. Okay, thank you, bye.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.